Oh, thank you. Oh,
If only we directed him in this direction. Just that's okay, you did.
hello? Hey, I'm here. Hey, good. Oh, man, thank you for watching. I had a good time doing that job, man. It wasn't a fake, was it? Okay. We got a place, and we're in Nevada too. We're about 50 miles north of Reno. Okay. You got it. There you are. You back? Man, I tell you what, USA Network called my agent and said, hey, we got an idea for Steve. You think he might be interested? And so we all got in a room and hashed out this idea of kind of a talk show with different moving parts. Outdoors, my favorite place to be. And that's how the idea was born, and we just kind of honed it down and turned it what it turned into and called it Straight Up Steve Austin. So I have different guests on the show, ranging from people in the comedy world, football world, my background, wrestling, racing world, Dale Earnhardt Jr. It was an absolute blast to do this show, and doing things outdoors, doing activities, it kind of helps you conduct a conversation and bond and form a chemistry. So the show was a lot of fun, and that's basically how it was born. No, man, I wear shorts pretty much every day of the year, and I think on the show I wore a pair of jeans a couple of times. But this isn't. It's a very relaxed environment to say the least. But again, it's like a BS session with this person, and then you form this bond and this chemistry, and you have conversation. So it was right up my alley because being outdoors is my favorite place to be. You know what? We bonded instantly because that guy is such a fan of pro wrestling. So we hit it off, and we got a chance. We actually went inside a ring, and I taught him a few things. And people kept asking me, Steve, how wrestling centric is this talk show going to be? Because they thought that's what it was just going to be centered around. No, we went to the squared circle because Sal's a fan, and that's the world that I know very much a lot about. So it was fun to go back there with Sal, and it was like two kids in a candy store. We were both having the times of our lives. Well, you know, Becky Lynch is going to be a guest on the show in a couple of episodes, and she was one of my favorites because I got a chance to talk to her and spend an entire day with her, and I thought I knew her pretty well, and I got to know a lot more about her, and so will the world. And she's very confident, very charismatic, and she's very driven, and I think that's a big key behind her success. And she's very bold, and she's not afraid to push the envelope. Man, I hope to do this for a long time, and I love to pick people, you know, from the world that I come from, to take them out of their environment and just have conversation with them, because that is the world that I come from, and I'll never forget it. And I always want to pay homage to, you know, what put me on the map. And as they call it today, it's sports entertainment. Back when I was doing it, it was called professional wrestling. You know what? That's a really good idea you just brought up there, because I know there's a couple of driving schools over there, and I'm a huge car guy. So to go over there, I don't know if Monterey or one of those other people have a racetrack over there, but there's many things over there in Vegas which I would be happy to come down there and shoot a show. So you just put a good idea into my head and the networks. Thank you. There's a lot of interesting personalities out there. You won't be short of that. And there's some good activities to be done out there as well. What was that? Hey, hey, as far as Straight Up Steve Austin goes, you can expect a good time, a lot of fun, a lot of hijinks, a lot of laughing, and good times. It's myself and a guest bonding, and sometimes it's over an activity, food, beer, or whatnot, but it's a good time, and that's the bottom line because I said so. Sal Vulcano was so infectiously contagious. He was so fun to be around, and he's so funny. Fluffy Gabriel Iglesias has been a friend of mine for a long time, so I had a blast at him, and he's hard to interview because he keeps making you laugh. Becky Lynch comes from my world. I know her. Dale Jr. I've known forever. Trace Atkins told me a bunch of outlaw stories we couldn't put on air, but everybody was fun to hang out with, to tell you the truth. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Man, I'm sorry.